Buenos dias todos. It's Lacey from Guanajuato, Mexico. So this morning, it's early. All of the kids are still in bed, but Pa's already outside working, and I'm gonna go outside and join him. We have a lot of stuff to do outside, and we decided to do it early in the morning because in the middle of the day it's getting really hot. We're coming into our hot season and leaving our windy season here in Guanajuato. So let's head outside. I can hear Pa already has his worship music on, so I have to go pause the video and then go out there and shut it off. Ellie Belly, say good morning. Say good morning. And we have two new additions to the family. This is Oso. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, right there. Oso and Zorro. They are a brother set that we adopted from, I know I'm going to butcher this and say it wrong, Tequisupan in Querétaro. It's like a little expat community over there, and they were found with their parents at an abandoned hotel, and the parents were spayed and neutered, and then these boys were adopted out. If they weren't going to be adopted out, they were going to be put to sleep. So we saw them, we fell in love with the whole litter, and we decided to adopt two little sweet brothers, and they've just been great boys. They're having a blast with Ellie Belly. Buenos días, Pa.
Buenos días. Hola, buenos días a todos. ¿Cómo están? Espero que se encuentren bien. Gracias por acompañarnos aquí en Otra Vida en Guanajuato y gracias por su apoyo a todos.
Sí.
Aquí andamos hoy en la mañana. Ando aquí dándole de comer a los animales y dándoles una limpiada. Que ya están medio, les limpio unas 2 o 3 veces a la semana y pues hoy tocó. Sí.
Are these 3 girls almost ready to sell?
Ya, ¿no?
Yeah.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí, ya están listas, ya andan como en los 80, 90. Sí.
And they'll be sold for food. How much are you selling them per kilo?
I was thinking unos 45 a 50.
Is that the rate in Guanajuato?
Eso ahorita como chequeé la semana pasada y eso es lo que andaba como en 50. Pero la gente pues, hay veces que la gente no le quiere pagar a uno pues el precio que es, ¿verdad? Pero usted quiere buscar el mejor precio.
So if anyone's looking for pigs for carnitas, we have 3 ready to go now or in the next couple of weeks. No hurry, they're just gonna get bigger. And Pa's cleaning bins.
Ay, yo pienso que esta es la más chiquita y miren, las demás se salieron y ella no, ella se quedó a comer.
The other ones are already full.
Sí,
they left.
Ya se fueron, allá andan allá caminando. Mejor quisieron ir a hacer ejercicio.
Sí.
Pero mira, esta bien mancitas, miren.
Yeah.
Mira.
Holy, look at how big she is, Pa.
Sí.
No,
sí, ya están listas.
Sí. Looks like Ellie Belly was rolling in the chalk. Alright, let's talk about the plan. Alright, so Pa did all the feeding this morning and he's cleaning the pens. We made a mistake out here in the raised bed. As many of you know, I live out here in the high desert, semi-desert, desert, depending on the year. Guanajuato was in an extreme drought for, I think it was like 15 years, and then last year, our last rain season, the creeks and stuff started actually filling up with water. We got so much rain, and that was the first in a very long time. So I always argue that point with some people, depending on the year. So we have this raised bed that goes all the way down the side of the house, and there's a problem with it. So we realized, and I think one of our friends here on YouTube told us that it was going to happen, in one of the comments, was with the block bed lined up against the CR, the rock wall, the water would leak from when we were watering or when it would rain into the rock and start rotting the house. And that's actually what has been happening. We've only gardened a few seasons in here, and the water is already making the rock deteriorate. So the whole reason why we put it over here was because it's almost impossible to garden out here unless you set up for success in every way possible. This sun protection wasn't enough. We needed shade from the house, the wall from the house, and this, just so that our plants wouldn't get burnt and die all the time. So that was our only option at that time to be able to successfully grow anything on this, was to do it on this side of the house and put the raised bed here. But now that we have more of our wall up around our property, this is another benefit of walling up your property here in this area in Mexico is, excuse me, I'm still not fully awake. My voice is struggling, is that it will shade a lot of the property so that if you compost and add some dirt to all of the sand, this was once dirt, but it is so dried out and dehydrated that it turned into sand, you could have a really nice yard. So walling up the property will give that to us. The same with the wall that's going up the driveway and the wall that's on the back side of the house. Obviously, walling up a property is very expensive, more expensive than a fence. But if we can do it, then we're gonna do it. Here is the back. I'm doing a video on this whole process, but this is gonna be walled up too. So we're going to bring the raised beds back here, and we're gonna make a raised bed garden over here. So as you can see here, the rock down here is nice and firm, but over by the garden on the inside of the house, kind of like right here, it's starting to crumble. And I thought that we didn't water that much, so the water would stay inside of the CR block, but it didn't. It's already kind of crumbling the wall inside and outside. So for us here in Guanajuato, Mexico, it's actually pretty simple to replace these. Once we get the raised bed moved out of the way, we just cut this out because it's the block on top of the foundation. We just cut this out and insert another one and cement it back up. Look at who's enjoying themselves this morning. Yeah. Are you enjoying? Yes, she is. So that's my plan today. We also had some comments about the other dog that we had, Rocky. So there's a little bit of a story behind that. He doesn't live with us anymore. He was actually a neighbor's dog that wandered over here when they were doing a parade, walking by with Maria de Guadalupe, and saying prayers and stuff like that. So they always kind of have like a parade where they walk around the community. And he was following his family, our neighbors, and he came up our driveway and he just decided to stay. We fed him and we loved on him, and he was here for a few months and then he decided to go back home. So he wasn't really our dog. We just, while he was here, we loved him and took care of him. And there were some comments about like what happened to him. Are we not taking care of our animals? We are, but he wasn't really our. But we love our animals. We take very good care of them as best we can with our situation. So let's get this taken care of. Just wanted to show you what Pa's listening to, well, what we're listening to as we're out here. One of Pa's favorite songs. Zach Williams, No Longer Slaves. He highly recommends this song for anybody that is a believer and feels like they're in a troubled situation. I just paused it. So here's some of the spinach that we had going. I was plucking leaves off, but it's already getting past. There's a few good leaves, but it's a red spinach. Pa came out to help his wifey. He calls me his whitey instead of wifey. I'm telling your secrets. I went in and got Junior some coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
¿Tú sabes that?
I see. Junior likes to have a little cup of coffee in the morning. Look at this rosemary. Excuse me.
Ya, Romero,
Yep.
bien grande.
I'm thinking about what to do with her and the rest of the herbs. We could still keep her there, but pull the raised bed away from the house. Just make a square bed for her right here. Yeah. So she doesn't need to be replanted and traumatized. I did that with a lavender. I replanted one and it did not go well. People say they're not fragile, but the lavender that I had was very fragile. But I am going to replant. I have a little bit of sage left. The mint grew a lot. Oregano. A rosemary plant to grow that big in Minnesota, babe. She looks like a Christmas tree. She's gorgeous. Yeah. Gracias, pa. So we're not going to use the block for the raised beds in the backyard garden anymore. We're just going to use these to finish the wall. And then we're going to install wood raised beds instead. The cinder block worked just fine, but it's just not aesthetically pleasing as I would like it to be. Now that we're finishing up the property and not just temporarily setting something up, I want the raised bed garden to be beautiful too. And I just don't think the CR block really did that. This was just temporary until we could get what we wanted done. our garden is definitely alive and well. We have some slugs. Three big fat slugs. We have a healthy garden.
Yeah.
Living critters. Slugs are not good for the garden, but the worms are.
I don't see any more.
Aquí, there's something under there. No, okay. I thought I saw. See, a grub right there. A grub worm.
Oh yeah.
See a lot of roly-polies too.
We're gonna try to go fishing.
But we also found a black widow. Just a sec. Let me show you. Here's a black widow on her egg sac, mi amor.
Ay.
Sí. Mucho. Maybe we can put her out in the field or something. We don't want a bunch of black widow babies
Yeah.
by the house. That's a big egg sac. She's trying to move it, mi amor.
Maybe I can try to get the black.
She's poisonous though, babe. Oh, she's panicking. See. Uh-huh. Oofta. That's what we say in Minnesota. Oofta. Yeah, and there's the slugs. Sliming away. I'm not a big fan of the slug. I don't mind most critters, but I'm terrified of spiders. Alright everybody, we're in the kitchen, welcome! Alright, I have some eggs fresh out of the chicken coop. I'm gonna make everybody some breakfast. Some beans, look at how huge these are. I don't even have a store-bought egg to compare it to, but they're gigantic. This one's a little bit smaller. I picked up these beans from a local tortilleria. They have them already made. Beautiful ladies at the tortilleria will have like refried beans ready, Mexican rice, sometimes they'll sell chili rellenos or some guisados. So the working men, they can, if they're working on the construction site or something, they just can go to any local tortilleria and pick up a lunch, homemade fresh lunch. You have fresh beans and fresh made tortillas, or guiso or rice, and just eat it like that for just a couple bucks. Alright, we have our egg ready. Let's light our stove. Okay, I have this nice little setup for the camera now. In the dining room, or I mean in the kitchen. I'm gonna add a little manteca to my pan. And I'm gonna get this nice and hot. Alright, my pan's nice and hot. It's smoking a little bit. I'm gonna add my egg. And now they're getting kind of brown on the bottom. But not burnt, just a pretty brown, like that. taco, hija? Here. Maya, one taco. What is that?
It's this cat. What does it teach about magic? It teaches about some stuff like that. And it's kind of funny.
Okay. Junior, get a taco, hijo. Very good taco. I'm gonna make coffee and meet him outside. He continued to work on the garden. I'm gonna bring his favorite salsa. When I don't make fresh salsa, he eats the, what is it, habanero, chili habanero salsa. Let's go see how far he came along with the rest of the bed. This is how Pa taught me to make tacos when I used to pack his lunches in Minnesota when he would go to work. And hot in a paper towel and then in a plastic bag. And they stay nice and warm for quite a while. If he's not taking a lunch for a really long time, then you can wrap, after you wrap them up in paper towel, then you wrap them in aluminum. But this is tacos, mi amor.
Gracias.
Sí.
Sí.
Oh, wow. Yep. It was staying wet there, even with not watering it.
Or they're being wet because even the humidity, all the weather we put in here, so this was the shadow of the house all the time.
Sí.
Because the sun comes over there. So when it goes over there, it's not enough for them to dry because it's too wet.
Right, yeah.
Even I've been finding a lot of froggies because it's really wet in there.
Humid.
It's white.
Sí.
But you see the here the sillar is not too bad.
Oh, so maybe if it completely dries out,
Then
maybe they'll be fine.
they'll stop.
Okay.
And then after we take this out, I can put the seal
Oh,
on the
see.
sillar. It's
Okay.
another video coming up.
Okay.
When I can start putting the seal on the sillar. The reason why I was not putting the seal is because we have all this right here.
See.
And there was no way to get in with the ladder, so I can put up the seal.
Okay. And we're supposed to seal the stone.
The stone.
With a seal. So that it's protected from the water.
So that way it's protected for the water.
See. We did that on the inside on a lot of the walls, right?
A lot of the walls, yes, but
we didn't do it on the
now
outside.
we can do it on the outside. Now this is gonna be all clean now.
Okay.
We can take care of it, and that way it gets wet and it's not gonna go through the house. Taquitos de huevito con frijoles y con la salsita el hualteco.
Sí.
Es mi favorita. Mi esposa me dice, ¿por qué no agarras otras salsas? Dice, porque las plebes no. Le digo, pues es que esta es mi favorita. Le digo, porque quiero otras si nomás se va a quedar allí, se va a echar a perder. All right, we're gonna end this video, I think. Thank you for joining us this morning on a beautiful morning here in the mountains of Guanajuato, Mexico with our family. We are going to a birthday party. A friend of ours invited us over to San Miguel de Allende for a birthday party. So we're going to go join them for the rest of the day after I get the kids ready. See? All right, that's it for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Adios. Adios.